What do I think about politics? I don't know, I think of like government, and I'm not that up on politics.
That their decisions will have an outcome that will determine everyone else's lives, really.
When you immediately mentioned politics to me, I always think of like Obama, American, really.
I think of a system set in place where people are elected into a position where they take the ideas of the public and their own ideas to run an optimal setting.
I don't really think about politics a whole lot.
Politicians are there to help govern society, I guess, to act as leadership roles in their communities and countries.
I think that politicians govern a particular group of people in their region by taking their thoughts and opinions on how things should be operating in a particular setting.
I think they shape our entire world, really.
We do a lot. We're responsible for the collection of taxes in the community, like water tax, poll tax, everything like that. We're responsible for providing the town with drinking water. We handle any community events that come up with the community centre. We come up with a town budget for the entire year, the municipal budget. And we handle the concerns of the residents as well, like if you were living in Branch and you had a problem, and you know, I'd like to think they felt open enough to write us a letter or give us a call or something like that. So I guess we take care of our community as best as we can. Well, the uniqueness of Branch is that the town council is made up of 5 elected women. We have a female mayor and female deputy mayor, and we've got 3 other councillors. So we've got an entire female elected council in a small community of about 250 people.
We had over 200 people come out and vote that day. I guess the reason for the huge vote was that the people were interested in what was happening in their community and wanted the best for their community, and they voted 5 women who they thought could do the job better than anyone. So therefore we ended up with a 5-women council, which has been working out really well for us.
I think that's excellent for like a small community, for everyone to come out and kind of support the people that are running for them, you know? I think it's great.
I think it's really excellent because usually like politics and voting is deemed to be a male-dominated thing, but now we're seeing in recent years that there's more females being given the opportunity to become leaders in their communities.
I think it's great that it really shows the true opinion of a community. If most of the community voted, it's a good reflection of what they thought was the best.
I think that that's amazing, that like people would all come out to support the women.
I think that nowadays, I think we are ready for more females in leadership roles. Everyone has a right to lead and be a leader to other people.
Well, currently the population of Canada is 52% women. However, the population of people in Parliament would be only 30% are women. So I think that Parliament should have a 50-50 rate because men and women are supposed to be equal, but necessarily in today's society, we're not always seen that way, even though it should be.
I think that women should have much more political positions in most, if not all, settings of government.
Women can have different views than men, and that could really bring something different to society.
I think it's super important to get women into positions of power because women, well, we're still oppressed to some degree, I suppose, and it's really important to have representation for women because it's not really right for men to make decisions on women's behalf.
I definitely think the qualities of a good leader would be to be able to interact with other people and communicate easily, and also have the confidence to voice their opinions in, say, a group of large people, because that's really important.
They're able to take people's advice, yet they're strong in their beliefs.
Good leaders need to be outgoing. They need to be good with other people.
A good leader will take into account their own ideas as well as the ideas of everyone around them, and they're able to think on the spot very quickly and take the best course of action.
A good leader, I think, is someone who's not afraid to say what's on their mind, like to voice their opinion to a whole room, to a whole country if necessary.
I'm absolutely thrilled that Branch is known for being so progressive. But at the end of the day, I'm a councillor and I like to, fulfil my councillor roles. I think it's important for women to demonstrate their leadership however they can in whatever venues they can, whether it be community or in the workplace or wherever it may be. I think it's important for women to, and it's important for anybody, to stand up for what they believe in and, at the end of the day, be willing to, step up for your community, step up for women everywhere really, and show them that, we can do this. We're leaders, we can do it.
What are some challenges that women face?
One issue facing women today is body image and how they need to kind of be perfect and whatnot. Like they have to dress a certain way and be a certain weight and have your hair this way or that way, and they just have to follow everything and whatnot.
It's either you don't look this way or you're like not being looked at. It's like you gotta look a certain way to be a part of society. You gotta keep up with the latest trends.
And I feel like if like a girl usually dresses in, say, androgynous type of clothes, like just jeans and a t-shirt every single day, and then one day she comes to school and say like a dress, people will be like, oh, who are you dressed up for? Like they don't just assume she's doing it for herself, which is probably what she's doing it for. Like they assume that them wearing makeup or wearing a dress is for male attention, like not for her own enjoyment because she likes it.
Never thought of it that way.
Safety's a huge thing for women too. Like men, I guess, don't have to worry about it as much. Like if you're walking alone at night, a man probably isn't kind of scared to, be by himself, whereas a woman has to worry about that kind of stuff constantly because you never know.
Like that's terrifying. Like you can't even walk down the street and then you got there's a thought in the mind. It's like,
Absolutely.
what if?
Yeah.
I would hate to live like that.
It certainly has a drive for women to push themselves in order to obtain those leadership roles because they want to change these things about society. And in order to do that, they have to be in those positions. So it kind of fuels the fire, per se.
I think it makes a lot of women kind of withdrawn from those things because, absolutely, women are taken as seriously as men are a lot of the time. I don't know.
Going back to the body image stuff too, like if a woman isn't comfortable in her own skin because of how society wants her to be, then she probably wouldn't step up and try to take lead.
And show herself out because she doesn't.
And then by doing that, she falls victim to the system that's in play.
Exactly.
But we don't intentionally do that. Like women are kind of pushed into those.
But that's exactly the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think that young women should be aware, of course there will be challenges whenever you step to the forefront and offer yourself in a leadership position. But it's important to not become discouraged. We all have different qualities that lead us to our various positions, and I think that it's important to be cognizant of the fact that you do have a lot to contribute. You ought not to become discouraged when there are challenges because there's always another day, and as long as you uphold your own principles and your own values, at the end of the day you can be pleased with yourself and proud of yourself.
Advice for young women. That's a good question. Be who you are, and if you believe in something, fight for it if you can. Don't be afraid to take a chance or run for politics if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine too, as long as do what makes you happy. Right? At the end of the day, you're all that you have, really. So as long as you make yourself happy.
Well, I can't wait to kind of get to see an all women's council. I think that's a very cool thing for this day and age. We're just now getting women into positions of power. It's a really cool thing to see it go so full force.
I think the film we're about to make is very important, and it should be taught in schools how to make films and the process of doing it. And I'm pretty pumped to do it.
I think this film is a really good opportunity for us young adults to be able to give our opinions on like the politics of today, and it even like lets us see what we can become.